Hello again and a very good morning everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome back to today's market outlook with me, Edmund here. So let us have a quick look and see. It has been a very exciting previous 3 market days. Again, almost every single day. If you've been following my videos and my daily analysis, you would have noticed that the certain chart patterns, they do repeat itself every other day. From, for example, a consolidation, breaking down from the consolidation over here, moving down on a bearish trend, finding support, and then breaking that bearish trend, and it goes into a bullish trend for 1 day and 2 days. Okay, so these chart patterns are again a set of chart patterns. They do repeat themselves every other day. Not every day is the same pattern. However, rest assured that after every 1 or 2 days or so, the same chart patterns do appear again. Okay, so I hope that for those who have been following my videos for quite some time, I hope that you are starting to recognize some chart patterns and also to understand some of the perspective and concepts that I use to approach the markets, to understand the markets before I actually place a trade when the volume and the timing is right. Okay, so let us have a look and see what is coming up for today before we go into detail on the technical analysis. So for today, it's Thursday, 3rd of September 2020. We're going to have quite a busy economic calendar also. For today, we're going to be having the consumer price index numbers from Switzerland. And a few days ago, I believe on Monday, we had a lot of manufacturing PMI data. And for today, we will be moving on to services PMI data. Okay, so this will be the Purchasing Managers Index reports for the services sector. Okay, so 2:30 p.m. Switzerland will be releasing their consumer price index numbers, and from 3:15 p.m. onwards, Spain will get the ball rolling with the first services PMI reports at 3:15 p.m. followed by Italy, France, Germany, the Eurozone, and finally the UK at 4:30 p.m. And moving towards 5 p.m., we will be having the monthly retail sales data for the Eurozone. And of course, focus will again be on the job situation or the unemployment claims data at 8:30 p.m. coming up from the US. Basically, let us have a quick look and see. Okay. So again, plenty of services PMI economic data today in the afternoon from Europe and the UK. And towards the evening, unemployment claims data coming out from the US tonight. Markets are expecting the numbers to come in at 955,000 Americans seeking for unemployment claims or social benefits. So this one will be at 8:30 p.m. Again, if the numbers come in below 955k, it would appear as a green color, and theoretically it will be bullish for the US dollar. Okay, if the numbers come in, let's say at 1 million or 1 million and 5, in other words, there are more Americans filing for unemployment claims than markets expected, and the figures will appear in red, and theoretically it will be bearish for the US dollar. Okay. So moving on towards 9:45 p.m., we will have the final services PMI data for the US market, and towards 10 p.m., Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey will be speaking again, and towards also 10 p.m., but this time from the US, we will be having the Institute for Supply Management non-manufacturing PMI numbers. Natural gas storage data will be released at 10:30 p.m. and markets are expecting the numbers to come in at 37 billion figure. Okay, so a quick look and see what happened yesterday. Again, after finding support at 91.7 levels for the US dollar index, the US dollar has been rebounding for the second day on Wednesday as positive economic data on the last 2 previous days and also on Wednesday evening supported the rise of the US dollar. Okay, and bear in mind the fact that I mentioned on Monday. Bear in mind that the US dollar has already weakened tremendously from the months of end of March and so on, and to a large extent, investors or the markets has more or less priced in or factored in the fact that the interest rates will be low for a while, and the US dollar has already came down a lot. Okay. So for yesterday's economic data, first of all, we do see in terms of the economic data yesterday from the US, it was the factory orders data coming out at here we go, coming out at 10 p.m. The numbers came in at 6.4%, better than market expectations of 6%. Other than that, we also had the ADP, automated data processing, non-farm employment change numbers. This ADP is usually a preview or indication of what the actual non-farm payrolls data will be on this coming Friday, which is tomorrow. However, based on my experience and observation and monitoring of this ADP non-farm employment change data, it is not highly accurate, and I would rather wait for this Friday's non-farm payrolls data. I would rather analyze what is happening on Friday, let's say about 7 p.m. onwards, to understand the market's momentum sentiment. And as the price action moves to the volume, I will take my trade based on what the market is telling me at that point of time, rather than relying on this ADP non-farm employment change. Okay. However, for reference purposes, yesterday's ADP non-farm employment change came in at lower levels of 428,000 jobs created versus market expectations of 1.25 million jobs. Okay, so if based on this data, the actual jobs created in the markets was actually way lower than markets expected, and if this is to be used as an indicator for this Friday's non-farm payrolls, then we will be seeing actual jobs created for the actual non-farm payrolls this Friday to be less than what the market is forecasting. Okay, so and towards the afternoon session, we had some data. Australia's GDP came out yesterday morning, -7%. It pushed down the Aussie dollar momentarily yesterday. Okay, the Aussie dollar came down from here at about 8 p.m. onwards, came down, and it kind of extended its drop again. Okay, extended its drop all the way until yesterday night. Okay, so towards the evening session, towards the afternoon UK trading session, the Australian dollar continued to drop another 60 pips until the US trading sessions before having a mild recovery. Okay, so altogether the Australian dollar dropped about 74 pips yesterday, and from the high on Tuesday, it dropped about 110 pips. Okay, so so that was for the Australian dollar data over here, GDP. So coming back to the news in focus, again we do see the US dollar finding very nice support. Okay, we're going to the technical side now. So here we go. So just a follow through from a consolidation phase to breaking the support, to coming down, bouncing off the downtrend line, and finally finding support over here. Okay, after finding support, the US dollar actually bounced back up, moved back up. Again, this was on Tuesday, 16 plus 5, 21, 9 p.m. The US dollar bounces up, and it's been bullish since Tuesday and also on Wednesday. Okay, so for Wednesday, we can see that early in the morning, the US dollar has already been strengthening, and towards the UK trading sessions, which is here, 9 plus 5, 14, 2 p.m., the US dollar continues to rise, and towards the evening session, this is the one, okay, 1600 plus 5, 21, the US dollar continues to rise also. Okay, so it was a push at 9 p.m. and also this one at a bit early, 13 plus 5, 18, 6 p.m. Okay, so it was going up all the way, and it found resistance at 92.80 levels. So moving towards this afternoon and this evening's set of financial markets, we could see possibly there's some resistance here. It will consolidate for a while. If it can't get past here, there's a high chance it may pull down a bit, or however, if the trend or the bullish momentum can be maintained, we could be seeing the US dollar pushing up a bit. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this certain support resistances shortly. First of all, let's just have a look. So for yesterday, again, the US dollar was bullish at 2 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, and was also bullish at 9 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. So yeah, 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. So when we look at the UK pound, again, the UK pound has been going up for some time, found resistance, and on Tuesday it came down. Again, the time below 1600 plus 521. US dollar, UK pound came down about 100 pips on Tuesday, and for yesterday, the UK pound was mostly bearish throughout the Asian and UK trading sessions. First one was here, 3 plus 5, 8 a.m. It came down from 1.3399. It came down just a little bit, down 33 pips, then it went quiet, sideways for a while, and then only at 9 plus 5, 14, 2 p.m. When the UK traders are coming in, it drops another 54 pips, and then after it goes quiet again, sideways, and the third cycle was over here, 1400 plus 519, which is 7 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. It drops from 1.3361 all the way to a low of 1.3285, going down another 77 pips. Okay, so throughout the whole day, the UK pound dropped from 1.3397 all the way to a low of 1.3282, moving down about 115 pips, 115. Okay, and only towards the late US trading sessions, it rebounded back from 1.3282 all the way to 1.3352 for another movement of 70 pips. Okay, so very nice activities. And again, if you break it down into smaller cycles, it is pretty easy and pretty clear to catch the direction. Okay, so currently this morning, it is actually slightly bearish. Okay, as we see the US dollar still maintaining at the resistance levels. Okay, so the UK pound is just mildly bearish, slightly down 22 pips. Okay, but so rest assured that the sentiment is still bullish for the US dollar. So we got to see whether later on in the UK trading sessions or the US sessions, whether the US dollar finds difficulty to break past this resistance, or will it just consolidate and move up further later. Okay, so we got to wait and see later. So regardless if you already made a good profit on a Tuesday or yesterday, or even on a Monday, on Malaysia's Independence Day, that will be fine. If you don't want to trade today, it's okay. So if not, if you can still follow the movements of the market today, then by all means go ahead and do some trading. Okay, so similar story for the euro dollar. Euro dollar moving down in the morning, 3 plus 5, 8 a.m. Moving down at about 2 p.m. Okay, and again moving down at about 9 p.m. Okay, so euro dollar fell a total of about 100 pips yesterday, and currently it is consolidating again. Okay, so some immediate support resistances let's have a quick look at the UK pound. Okay, current support of course would be towards this 1.3313, which is just about 20 pips to the downside, and okay, 20 pips to the downside. Okay, so that is the immediate support. The lower the next support levels would be towards this tip over here, which is at 1.3281, which is about 50 pips to the downside. Current resistances are, can push it down a bit here. Current resistances will be at 1.3364, which is about 30 pips to the upside. Higher target price would be at over here 1.3397, okay, which is about 55 pips to the 60 pips to the upside. Okay, so it's plus minus 60 pips up and 60 pips down. Okay, yeah, this is for the UK pound. Again, the tendency is still for the UK pound to weaken, so be a bit cautious on this. And moving on to the euro dollar, currently we are looking at the good support levels of 1.1824, which is where it is now, and to the upside resistances, immediate resistance will be at 1.1855, which is about 20 pips to the upside. Yeah, okay, so we'll see how it goes, but again the tendency for the euro dollar is also slightly on the bearish side. Okay, So moving on to gold prices. Gold prices also saw a drop yesterday, again after it touched a high of 1,991. I'm not sure whether I mentioned this a couple of days ago, but personally for me, there's a very low likelihood that that low likelihood that the gold prices will touch 2,000 US dollars again. Okay, so I think it's on the way to consolidate, and it's on the way consolidating and moving downwards. Okay. So for yesterday, gold prices moved down in the morning session, Asian trading sessions. Again at the 8 a.m., 1972, 1972, going down to 1958, going down $13. And towards the afternoon session, sorry, this is a bit early, 13 plus 5, 18, which is 6 p.m., comes down from 1971 and goes down all the way to 1932. So during the US trading sessions, it moved down about 38 US dollars, and then after it had a decent recovery of about 14 US dollars, and it's currently trading at 1949. Okay, so immediate target price for the upside is at 1958, which is about $10 to the upside. If it does come down, we are looking at 1936, which is about $13 to the downside. Okay, so it is about about $10 to the upside and $13 to the downside. Okay, so oil prices yesterday pushed down quite a lot at about 9 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, coming down from 43.18 all the way to a low of 41.39, even though crude oil inventories yesterday came in with a larger drawdown than expected. The inventories came in at negative 9.4 million barrels versus market expectations of negative 2 million barrels. So this was the news, this was the result. The theory would be oil prices should be going up. However, we do not see oil prices going up. Instead, it kept on moving down. Okay, so again, when given a choice between following the news or the theory, or following what the chart is telling you, of course, always follow the chart and always follows the price action. Okay, because market knows best. So yeah, so let's see what else we have. Final one would be S&P 500. It is still on a bullish note. Okay, still on a bullish note. Yesterday pushing up to another high of about 3,587 points for the S&P 500, and yeah, still very bullish. And there's no historical price on how high it will go, so I guess it's just based on market sentiment and market psychology on how high or when the big players will be taking profits on this. Okay, so yeah, so just watch out for the usual today, 2 to 4 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. Analyze the markets, understand the sentiment, whether it's bullish or bearish. Watch out for the support resistances, and look for the entry prices during those times. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good trading day ahead, or you already had a great trading day for the last 3 days. Well done, and keep it up, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the latest market updates. Thank you, take care, and see you tomorrow.